My presentation is on monosodium glutamine, a historical and scientific exploration. Hello everyone, I will be discussing monosodium glutamate, commonly known as MSG. MSG is a sodium salt of glutamic acid, an amino acid that occurs naturally in many foods like tomatoes, cheese, and mushrooms. It is widely used as a flavor enhancer in processed foods, soups, snacks, and restaurant meals. MSG is well known for its ability to impart the umami taste, which is often described as savory or meaty. However, despite its widespread use, MSG has been a topic of controversy for decades. Many people associate it with adverse reactions such as headaches, nausea, and what was once termed Chinese restaurant syndrome. On the other hand, scientific research and regulatory bodies have consistently deemed MSG safe for consumption in normal dietary amounts. In this presentation, we will explore the historical background of MSG, the emergence of health concerns, its effects on cellular and genetic functions, and modern perspective on its safety. The history of MSG begins in 1908 when Japanese chemist Kikune Ikeda discovered that glutamate was responsible for the umami taste. He extracted glutamic acid from seaweed broth and developed a stable salt from monosodium glutamate. This discovery led to the commercial production of MSG, first by a Hinamoto company in Japan. MSG quickly gained popularity in various cuisines, particularly in Asian cooking, where it was used to enhance the flavors of broths, sauces, and seasonings. By the mid-20th century, MSG was widely used in processed foods and fast food restaurants across the world, including in American and European markets. However, its growing use also sparked concerns about its effects on human health. In 1968, a letter published in the New England Journal of Medicine described a set of symptoms that the author attributed to consuming food from Chinese restaurants. These symptoms, including headaches, sweating, and chest pain, were collectively called Chinese restaurant syndrome. This letter, despite being anecdotal, led to widespread concerns and fueled public fear about MSG. During the 1970s and 1980s, several studies sought to determine whether MSG could cause adverse reactions. Some early animal studies suggested that high doses of MSG could lead to neurological damage, particularly in newborn mice. However, these studies involved doses significantly higher than what is typically consumed in a human diet. Later research failed to confirm a consistent link between MSG and negative health effects in the general population. Scientific studies have explored the potential impact of MSG on cellular function and genetic material. Some laboratory research has examined whether MSG can cause DNA damage or chromosomal aberrations. While a few in vitro studies have suggested potential concerns, at very high concentrations, these findings have not been consistently replicated in vivo. Additionally, some animal studies have investigated MSG's effects on fetal development. Research on pregnant rats has shown that extremely high doses of MSG can affect brain development in offsprings. However, these findings have limited applicability to human dietary consumption due to differences in metabolism and dosage. The majority of human studies have not demonstrated a direct link between MSG and genetic or development abnormalities when consumed at normal levels. Given the public concern about MSG, various regulatory bodies have conducted extensive evaluations of its safety. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, like the FDA, classifies MSG as generally recognized as safe. Similarly, the joint FAO and WHO Expert Committee on Food Additives and the European Food Safety Authority have reviewed MSG and found no consistent evidence of harm when consumed within typical dietary limits. Current guidelines suggest that MSG intake should remain moderate, but there is no established upper limit of safety in the general population. The FDA acknowledges that some individuals may be sensitive to a large amount of MSG, but for the vast majority of people, it possesses no significant health risks. Recent research has helped clarify the safety profile of MSG, but debates continue. Studies conducted over the past 2 decades have largely refuted early claims that MSG caused widespread adverse health effects. Large-scale clinics trials have found no consistent evidence linking MSG to long-term health problems. At the same time, advocacy groups and public perceptions still reflect some lingering concerns. Many food manufacturers have responded to consumer demand by labeling products as MSG-free, despite the scientific consensus on its safety. The case of MSG serves as an example of how misinformation can persist even in the face of scientific evidence. To summarize, MSG is a widely used flavor enhancer that has been the subject of scientific and public debate for decades. While early concerns about Chinese restaurant syndrome and potential neurological effects led to widespread fear, subsequent research has demonstrated that MSG is safe for the general population when consumed in normal amounts. Scientific studies have not found strong evidence that MSG causes genetic damage or developmental harm in humans. Regulatory agencies worldwide have deemed it safe, yet public perceptions continue to influence its reputation in the food industry. My last slide shows the citations that I had also included in the previous slides. Thank you for enduring my presentations. Have a good one.